we worked on setting clear expectations, and you're now proficient at it. I don't know if you saw those ratings I sent you, which is really exciting because you brought down your directions to be super bite-sized and small. And you gave a direction before show calling work or jumping into modeling a problem. So I'm going to try using the exact language that you said. So September 13th, 8 out of 10 times you gave directions. You had to interrupt yourself to fix behaviors and state academic and behavior expectations. On September 5th, 4 out of 5 directions I recorded. You gave a clear what to do direction when bringing it back or tracking you to model a problem. I heard you say, this is exactly what you say, scholars, park your pencils. Learner's positions, silently track number 4, before jumping in to like explaining your content or bringing it back to model a problem. So what was the impact of this on your students, you think?
I think the impact was that they knew exactly what they were supposed to do. And all the class was in the same place at the same time.
And it just made your content so much clearer for kids.
Okay.
You didn't have to like interrupt yourself to say things and then lose your train of thought because you're working with a hard content grade, you know? And so it's just, once you get kids set and listening to you for a period of time, it just makes things more fluid. So you completely crushed that get row, and I rated you on it. Nice job. So now we're actually going to go into 1B. Which is totally different. It's investing students. And I talked to Disha about this, and we want to get you to advanced because right now you are proficient. And I want you to just take maybe like 30 seconds to look over the advanced and exceptional strand of 1B.
Okay.
Cool. So let's just talk quickly about the criteria for advanced and exceptional. Like the 3 things that you like took away from that.
So 90% of students are able to articulate their individual goals. They're able to know, 90% are able to know if they're on track to hitting their goals. And they're also, the teacher celebrates in ways that is meaningful to the students.
Totally. That's exactly what I said too. Like on a rolling basis, teachers praise students in different ways. And my favorite part about this is like students celebrating other students. I think that's what makes an exceptional teacher exceptional, is when, you know, not just the teacher is celebrating other kids. So just focusing on kids being able to articulate their goal, like what is the impact of this?
They have more ownership of their goal. They are more invested in themselves. And they have a clear definition of what they're striving for and what metrics that they want to hit.
Totally. And I think like you and I can like speak to this as public school teachers before, that like if like we're not going to be their teachers next year, right? And they're the drivers of their education. So like we need to like instill ownership in them, like of their learning, because we're not going to be there to hold their hand next year. You know what I'm saying? And like to be their best advocate, we have to get them to see like I ultimately like own my education. So that's exactly right. And yesterday, Marco and Brenda gave like insanely stellar responses, and Disha asked me to like go back and like film them, like give their responses. especially Marco, he was like, after this, like, if I don't pass my state test, then, I'm going to struggle in 5th grade. And I don't want to struggle in 5th grade because one day I want to go to college and I won't be able to go to college. Like, he was like really giving a really extended response. So you should be really proud of that. And Disha also noticed that you gave 7 like praises to kids in like a 5-minute period we were there. So the data shows that about like 66% of your students know their goal. So now we're going to I'm going to present a system for you of how I can get kids to articulate their goal in class. It's a super easy system, but you don't have to, before I show you my model, you don't have to adopt this system just as long as you're verbalizing to kids what their goal is repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your classroom. It has to be true to you. So I would do a recap before the conceptual development, and I would have a poster of the kids' class periods. So my model would be, and listen to basically my language, zoom in on that. Scholars, yesterday you did awesome, Clemson. About 4 of you guys got 4s on your exit tickets. That means you were masters. Masters means that you master the state test, and that's what we're always striving for in order for us to get to 5th grade. Izzy, you are going on the board as my mathlete for today because of your stellar annotations. You get 3 tickets. Guys, UNC is killing us. They have 6 4s in their class. We only have about 4 4s. I know tomorrow we can kick UNC's. Oh gosh, didn't we say that? We can make we can make it better and pose a challenge.
Yeah. I see what you're
so today we're going to learn about blah 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 blah. So what did you notice in my?
So it was very you gave not only praise but also the reasoning behind the praise.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also tied it to their future goals, tracking on a 4, mastering the day can help you a year from now, because that skill is gonna have an impact on your learning overall, not just for the day, but as you progress towards your future goals also.
Totally, that's exactly right. And more importantly, I connected the 4 to masters. So 5 out of 6 of your kids could say, I want to get a 4 on my exit ticket. What's your goal for math? I'm going to get a 4 on my exit ticket. I'm going to get a 4 on my exit ticket. What's wrong with that? It's good. It's better than the majority of the school where the kids are just I don't know.
Yeah.
Your kids are saying, I want to score a 4. That's good. But how can we make that better?
I want to score a 4. I don't know. I don't know what's better than a 4.
What does a 4 mean on the state test? If you get a 4 on the state test, you're masters or meets?
You're a master.
Exactly. So kids need to recognize oh snap, if I get a 4 on my exit ticket, that means I'm going to master my state test. So just like connecting that vocabulary.
Okay, so
you know
we want
saying?
them to say, I want to score a 4 so that I'm a master?
Yeah, or you could say like they just need to know that a 4 is a master. So when you're circulating, you can be like, boom, Jonah, you got a 4. That means you're a master.
I gotcha.
Or like, sir, yes, 4, master. You don't even have to say you're a master. Just say, yes, Jonah, 4, master. Yes, sir, 4, master. As long as we're using the word masters, because they were in 3rd grade last year.
Yeah.
They know what masters means. It's just a matter of like us saying it more.
Okay.
Cool. So we want kids to, sorry, you said everything right. Let's try to write our action step. What do you think our action step's going to be?
Our action step will be to implement a system to, what did you say? To celebrate student success on a daily basis. Or celebrate, and celebrate. And then teacher will use the approach meets the master language associated with the numerical scores.
Right, because you're already praising kids. You're
Yeah.
doing that already more than most teachers. What we just need to do is like reinforce the goals throughout the lesson, that language. So your action step is simply like classroom goals are reinforced throughout the lesson.
Okay.
And then, here, if you want to write it down. Classroom goals are reinforced throughout the lesson, or take a picture. You want to take a picture of it?
I can write it.
Okay. And then your action steps would be things that you basically already do, which is like grade your exit tickets and write the number of 4s. You do that on a Post-it already. So that's your first how. I'll let you wait for a second. Hold on. Sorry.
Okay.
And then, so we're going to grade our exit tickets, and then after we grade our exit tickets, what do you think that we're going to do?
After we grade our exit tickets, we will sort them by the score.
Yeah, so if Clemson got, sorry, this is 5th grade, and this could be a system that, like, you do, like, with one scholar's piece of work, but I personally like having the class's number of 4s, so, like, this would be 6, 2, and, like, you can write it really big, 9, and 4. And simply, it's what you do already on a Post-it, just putting the numbers so kids can see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're going to record our 4s on our chart. That would be the next one. And then the next thing would be, what do you think? After we record our numbers.
After we record our numbers, I'm not sure. I mean, like in the class, like.
Yeah,
in
so
class?
this is before class, and then in class, I have this on the board. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, so in class, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in class we'll celebrate.
Yeah.
Or we just review with the kids and let them know how they did compared to the other colleges.
And how many masters there were, and saying the word. Oh, you got a 4? No, there were 6 4s. No, there were 6. There were 6 4s. There were 6 masters. Exactly. And then the last thing is like my favorite is posing a challenge, and you already naturally do this.
Posing a challenge.
Oh yeah, that's like my total favorite. Like Duke is killing us. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. So, do you want to practice giving a hype to me? Maybe I'll give you like 1 minute to script out what you say to kids. Because what I said to kids, like you can look at it and make it yours. It's right here. What you're gonna say to kids is not what I'm gonna say to kids. So you can look at mine and then script your own. We could practice it.
Okay.
I did it with one student. You can do it with the class. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Cool?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll probably have mine on that board since it's already made.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'll just put them there.
Like their names or the number?
I don't know. I mean, I think the number is fine. Yeah. I think the number will work.
And just refer to it?
And just refer to it, yeah. So I'll just have all scholars tracking me. And then let's look at how many masters we had yesterday.
Nice.
We had 5 friends score 4. And then I'll probably do like some kind of quick like cheer for them. Like so we could just do a power clap, for example. I mean, I'll probably tweak it, to be honest, but
Good.
let's power clap for our scholars on 2. 1, 2. Penn State had 7. they beat us on Masters yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
but tomorrow's a new day. So today our goal is we want to increase. By tomorrow, our goal is to match Penn State. So we want at least 7 Masters today. So I want everyone on their exit ticket. Your goal is to shoot for a 4, so we can have more Masters tomorrow.
That was perfect.
Yep.
I have no feedback. It was probably better than mine. And I really like that you said, like, we're going to match Penn State. Take time out of your IXL block to do this. I know time is, like, super precious, and I know you want to get to your remedials. But this, like, laying that groundwork for them to show, like, I'm invested in you. And I, like, we're doing all this work grading. But do the kids really see it? Like, we give it back to them, but like, do we summarize it for them to show them how important it is? Not yet. Like, this means a lot to kids because, like, and it also helps, like, validates how much we work on grading. Like, we work so hard on grading that this is going to have a huge impact because when they walk in the door, they're going to see, oh my gosh, how many Masters do we have? Or like Krishan, when he gets his 4, he can be like, I'm on that board, you know?
Yeah.
So it'll really, really help investment. Do you have any? So I'm going to be coming in tomorrow to see this. Is that okay?